Okay guys, here we go, a quick video on how to put your MP3 player or iPod into Ventrilo. First things first, you're going to have to run two Ventrillos at the same time if you want to be able to listen to your own music and talk. So to do this effectively, you'll see here I have a Ventrilo and a Ventrilo shortcut. If you try to open up multiple copies of Ventrilo, you're going to get this. Another copy of Ventrilo is already running. There's an easy way to get around that. And that's by right-clicking your icon here. You can go to Properties, and you'll see here, right? See Program Files, Ventrilo, ventrilo.exe. After the the quotation marks here, you do a space -m. Could do anything. That's what I do. The -m though. That's what I do. I don't know why. There it is. And then you're going to apply. I'm going to cancel because I already have one created, like you'll see here in a second. But now I can open my shortcut here, and you'll see here I could pick several vents. I could open up 1,000,000 of these if I wanted to, as some of you saw the other day. So this is how I set up my iBucket, as you guys know. I got my login names depending on the server or whatever, and then I got my different servers. iBucket happens to only really be used on this one server, but so first things first, you would create, just as you normally would, your new profile. Call it whatever you want. Your phonetic, if you recognize that, boom chicka boom boom, has entered the server. Same thing with your server. This is typical to vent. That's our vent info there. Probably not a good idea to show that on the video, but anyway, so you got that set. Now you would connect. I'm going to actually mute this completely because people are in our vent, and I'm going to be bringing in yet another iBucket. So we'd connect. Now you would have to set up your preferences using the setup button. This is actually how mine is set up. It's one minor change there. You have to uncheck your push to talk key because you want this to be open all the time. Playing key clicks doesn't matter. I use the highest quality available for iBucket, so you hear the best sound possible. I set the outbound to -1, sometimes -2, but I like -1. You can turn it down if it's too loud for you. But here's the big part. We got direct sound device. Okay. We got the microphone. Yours will probably say something different. I'm actually plugging, this is something I can't show with the video, I'm actually plugging my iPod using male-to-male microphone or headphone size jack. I believe that, what is that, 1/16? And I'm plugging it into the microphone jack on my computer. You'll have to note here that the only way this is going to work is if you're using a USB headset, I believe. You could probably get one of the Y splitters, but I'm not going to just go whether that'll work or not. So I have a USB headset, as you would see if I opened up Money Bucket here. You would see in his setup that it's all, that's funny, that's changed, because whenever you have multiple copies open like this, you can expect that some things are going to be different and you'll have to adjust them. But you'll see here that everything I speak with is on the headset. Master volume, line, totally left alone. It's all right here. But I use push to talk on Money Bucket. That's kind of important as well. But so you'll see there that there is some differences here. I'm telling it to use the input device, and I'm telling it, the hardware mixer, to use that microphone. Yours may be any number of different audio drivers, but that happens to be the ones that I'm using on my machine. It's a Sigmatel audio driver, so that should about get you covered on two things. One, opening multiple vents, and two, getting your iPod working. Like I said, note you're going to need a USB headset for this method. There are other methods, that would probably work on their own, and that would involve using maybe the microphone jack on the back of your computer. That could be one potential way you could get around not using a USB headset, but then that's going to involve, some more trickier options here with your recording devices. You'll see here that I got my headset and my microphone. The microphone is actually my iPod, which is playing right now in Vent, which you can't hear, but they can. And, there's some other options here too, depending on which way you're going. But you could technically, on my machine anyway, I have 3 microphone jacks because I have an auxiliary input card here. So I could potentially that could be one way you could get around the USB, would be right here if you just had another separate one. But should be pretty self-explanatory. Well, there you go. Have a good one, and hope that helps someone. Peace.